Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to Show and Tell number 101. So, it's been a little bit of a week. Lots of little ticky-tack, one-off things. I told you guys we were expecting a repairman last Thursday. They never showed up. So Friday, we waited all day for the next repair company. They never showed up, or they showed up at like 6:30, but they were supposed to have been there by 3. So like they showed up in the middle of us having to eat a takeaway dinner because I couldn't cook because they were supposed to be repairing my refrigerator. Well, they left without repairing anything. So I finally got my refrigerator fixed yesterday. Now I'm filming this on Friday. Normally I film and upload on Thursday, my show and tells, but obviously, as soon as they called and said that somebody could come out and fix my refrigerator yesterday, I put all of my plans on hold and got my refrigerator fixed. Sorry, my little guard was catching my finger there, and I don't want it to catch stitches. So, yeah, it's been a little much. Just a heads up, I'm not sure what's going to happen the week after Easter. So I'm going to try to pre-film some content, so there's at least something interesting coming out the week after Easter, but I may not have a show and tell that week. It may have to wait to the following week, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem because I frequently have, like my yarn bingo videos. It's the end of March, so we have the quarter 1 updates on my goals and things. My paper crafting empty video will be coming out, so I should have filler content, but my weekly what have I been working on and stuff, those might not come out the week after Easter. Everything's okay. I just might not be in the position to be able to sit down and film that week. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that there might be some interesting content coming out, or a little random content coming out instead of my regular videos with, things like yarns I love popping in between. But like I said, don't worry, it's not a big deal. It's just I might not be in the position to film. That's all. I'm having an outpatient procedure done, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel afterwards. So just transparency up front. Let's start this week with paper crafting. So I have been trying to get some paper crafting done. I'm really slow. Everything here, like I said, it's been weird ticky-tack things. It's not like I'm gone for 4 days for some reason or something like that. It's the perpetual interruption stuff. So crafting time has been a little slow, and particularly if it's something that I have to come downstairs to do. But I do have I've got 56 cards that I have completed, but I do have another like 100 cards that are 90% done. So I'll probably only get Easter cards out to my immediate family because I'll get those done over the weekend. But I did want to share, I did this as a cut and print file from my Cricut. I know there's drama going on with Cricut as a company right now, and I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole because that's just way too much for me. A lot of these are duplicates. This is loosely based on an MFT sketch, My Favorite Things, and a Call Me Crafty Owl sheetload of cards sketch. This one is a sheetload of cards sketch. The paper pack for all of this is a pad from Michaels. It's a Recollections pad with some cut aparts from a Doodlebug pad from like 4 years ago, and another one from like 6 years ago, maybe. I think if there's something different, I'll let you know. Like, this is using Doodlebug cut aparts in a just basic format. This is an MFT sketch, but this is a cut apart from the pad from Michaels. So it's just you're kind of basic there. And I did use some colored cardstock for some of these. So some of these are on purple cards, some of these are on white cards. And I did use a couple of different stamp sets on the inside. This one is from Tailored Expressions. And it says, be joyful, happy Easter, and welcome spring. It's just 3 little small sentiments. Once again, I do quick project shares with paper crafting. I don't normally go into like detail. This is a general crafty channel. These are some cut aparts from the paper pad itself. I really love the floral pattern that matches this one. It's got a very retro vibe to it. I think I saved part of it back so I can do other things with it. I did finish off some of the cards from last year. Not really worth sharing because y'all kind of saw these. These are 3 different scrap cards. They're more or less the same. They're just using some scraps that were left over from the paper pad, trying to use some of those strips up. But yeah, I don't know. I have these days where I get very frustrated when I can't settle into anything and I'm constantly having to jump up and run about and do things that weren't on the plan or on the schedule. It just annoys the daylights out of me. So this is another one that's kind of loosely based on that same My Favorite Things sketch and the Call Me Crafty Owl sketch, except I added some little paper flowers down there that I had. These are old paper flowers from Michael's once again. They're from a collection, maybe 4 years old now. But it's, you know, I try really hard to plan in advance. I'm one of those people, I get very stressed when I can't do things in a sensical order. This is one of those stamp sets I showed you I got back at Christmas from Tailor Expressions, where you stamp a whole bunch of sentiments and die cut all the strips out at once. But there are a couple different variations of this where I use some stickers. And I think those were from Hobby Lobby. And the enamel dots there are from Joann's. The doilies are from Recollections and Doodlebug, if those show up. But you know, when I can't plan and I get stressed. It makes me anxious. I like order. I like to be able to plan my day. I kind of have my day segmented in my mind, you know, like groups of activities that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to, you know, I have to, you know, run to the grocery store today. And that's going to take me about an hour. I have to, you know, I've got to mop the house today. That's going to take me 2 hours. I have to, you know, whatever, you know, setting aside time for filming, things like that. It's, I thrive on planning and scheduling. I thrive on having an idea of what I'm going to be doing. So the last couple weeks have just been very stressful with, oops, I gotta, hold on, I need you for 15 minutes. And then, you know, just phone calls and follow-ups and, hey, did so-and-so show up? Hey, did this happen? Hey, did you get... Yeah, it's just, it throws me off my game. It throws me off my plan and my schedule. And it's been a little disorienting. It's been a little... So that's all I got done. I do have, like I said, probably between another 50 to 100 more that are mostly done. I might spend a little bit of time this weekend trying to get some more finished, and I'll do pictures of those. Hopefully they will have already been sent out if I'm getting them sent out this time. But I did not get enough done to send out my normal, like what I do for Halloween and Christmas. So it is what it is. But that's enough to get my immediate family and maybe a niece or nephew or two. So we do have an acquisition this week. This is my monthly maker bag from Christy Cook over at Tea Doddles. I will have her Etsy shop and her YouTube channel linked down below. Of course, I'm absolutely in love with the kitty cat fabric. I might have to wait and see if she has some extra fabric of the kitty cats, or maybe I'll have to order some because she does let us know what the fabrics are. And then the inside is this beautiful bee print, which I love the honeybee aesthetic. I don't like creepy crawlies. I don't like bugs at all, but I do like the aesthetic for honeybees. This yarn is 20 grams of Be Happy on the Southern sock, and it is gorgeous. This is from Southern Skeins. How pretty is that? I mean, it looks like watercolor flowers growing. And I've told you guys, for some reason, like, I'm really enjoying the green with the warm tones, because it's making me think of flowers and springtime and everything else. So it's like, yay. It's pretty awesome. So I'm very, very excited. I'm enjoying the little mini skein thing. I've had fun with it so far. It's a little sampling. A mini skein to go with your mini maker bag. And then we got some wildflower mix, which I've never had my wildflowers grow. I've gotten a couple of these over the years, and I also got one that was a bomb. It kind of looked like a bath bomb, and you broke it to quarters and threw it in different parts of your garden. Still couldn't get them to grow. We got a honey stick, which I'm always a fan of getting. And then, and so, I kind of died laughing a little bit. So I am pretty sure I have this scrapbooking paper in my stash somewhere. But once again, I love the little tags. And then our first maker charm is this cutie, which once again, like I said, I'm really enjoying the bee aesthetic. So, and we also have a hummingbird. And then our tea is a turmeric tea from Alpaca, which I am a huge fan of. So I am down with this. But once again, I mean, you guys saw the ones I got last year. You've seen the ones I've already gotten this year. You know how I feel about Christy Cook's mini maker bag subscription. Like, I love it. I love it. I'm never disappointed. They're always fantastic. Now, yarny finished objects. So a couple of these I have not, well, I think all but one of these I have not woven in the ends on yet. I got kind of slack, but there's a reason for some of these. So this is just a cloth, dishcloth, body cloth, cleaning cloth. I used the scraps leftover that I still had left over of the Karen Ripple cakes from where I did the sweater and the washing swatch. But I liked how that washed up so much in the washing swatch. Why not make a cloth to match? So that's the, that's Clearview, and this is Rain Something. Spring Showers or something like that. That's the one I used for the shawl. The extra skein I got for the shawl. So I need to weave in my ends on that. I think what I'm going to do in April is spend a lot of time working on random WIPs that have been sitting around. I have a lot of ancient UFO WIPs sitting here. I need to finish these. And part of what kicked that off is Needles at the Ready is doing a cowl. I think it was Needles at the Ready. That's their cowl right now. But this Racemo cowl has been sitting half finished. I started in January last year. The first group of yarn that I dyed last year, this was in that. And this is one of my hand-dyed yarns that I did, I guess, in January. And it's done in the quilted star stitch. Or quilted stitch. But actually it's this way. I need to seam the end to the side and the end to the side like this after I block it. And it's just there we go. just a cowl. And the base for this, I believe, is the Glimmer Stroll from Knit Picks. And I did the Kim Knits technique of breaking Wilton's Violet. I do think it's kind of cool that this section ended up blue, whereas everything ended up purple and pink. And I'm not quite sure what I did there. It's something with the weird middle part. I guess it was in the, I didn't have the yarn blooming as much when I was dip dyeing it or something. I don't know. But that's really a cool. There's another section of the blue that pops up in the other 20 grams. This took exactly 80 grams to get to where it would block to 35 inches without. But this is the Racimo cowl. I will have a link for any patterns in the description box as always. And you can see that's the quilted stitch. And I'm not quite sure why it took me so long to come back to this. Like, it's just been sitting there on my desk. There's no reason why I shouldn't have finished it sooner. It's just I got absorbed in doing other projects and other things, so this kept getting pushed back to the back and I just never finished it. So after 15 months, it's finally done. All I have to do is block it and seam the edge together. So, but I do have, I mean, I've got older WIPs than that have been sitting around. I've got my granny hexagon blanket that I still haven't pieced together. I have a half finished donut pillow from the Twinkie Chan book. I mean, literally, it's 50% done with the donut. So I haven't finished that. This is Crocheted a la Mode. Crocheted Abode a la Mode. And love the book. I mean, there's so many things in here I would love to make. I love her pop art style. So this is the, what it looks like finished, but this is an all sorts blanket, which I just adore. I have Nuts About Squares cowl blanket that's like 20% done. I probably won't get into that. I have a pillowcase that's 50% done. I just need to kind of come through and finish up some of these WIPs. I have some future WIPs that have been languishing as well. So I need to get started on some of those. I want to make room for some of these projects. So I need to start finishing things off. So I think April, I will spend a lot of time working on finishing up UFOs. Just finish them up and get them done. And part of that's also by the time April hits, we'll be through the Easter season. And I won't have any more of the cowl or shawls for Lent that I've been working on. This is the next one I did. This is using that same pattern from Yarn Inspirations that was on the Kieran Replicate ball band, except I did not do the Pico edge because I was running out of colors. But this is Dream World and Phoenix and the Lion Brand Mandala. And at first, I really loved how it was looking. Then when I got to the darker section, I was like, not sure how I feel about this. And now that it's done, I actually really love it. I don't know. I've mentioned before, I love scrap projects. I just think the more colors you add in, the better. And these, like, I was worried that, especially with that dark blue, that the colors weren't blending right. This is actually in person a lot more pink than it is red, but on camera it is reading very red. In person, it's definitely like a dusky color, but it met up with the gray from Dream World, which made it kind of weird. So, but in the end, I really, really like it. And it's a nice big shawl. So somebody will get a lot of warmth out of that. A lot of comfort. Let's throw that on my pile of shawls to be blocked. And my last finished object, I will try as I'm editing this to get pictures of it on. But the reason why I have not woven in the ends on this, it fits fine. I need to take out the bottom 4 rows. It's a little too long. But this is the Midnight tank top, I think. Once again, the pattern will be linked down below. I will definitely be coming back and doing this again. But it's just, I added this in myself. This was not part of the pattern. I just added in the same type of open work that was along the yoke of the sweater. Oh, and of course I'm showing you the back where my seam is. I did not do a good job with my seam in the round. I should have cheated over. I didn't. On, it's not so bad because it's kind of hidden by my arm. But when I hold it up, you can see the really bad seam. And it doesn't help that when I did the eyelets at the bottom, it twisted that seam. So, but I love how this turned out. This is using the new Karen. Actually, I might have. It's the Karen Cotton Angel Cakes. They're the same type of yarn as the regular Karen cakes, except they're in a slightly variegated-y pattern. This is the color Heather, I believe. Yep. And I've got this marked as open skein. That's what was left over. I had 2 skeins of it, and that was what was left over. I do need to take this up so I can do a washing swatch. I want to see how this does in the machine before I take out those 4 rows, because I do need to wash the sizing out of this. I can feel that there's something stiffy in it. So I want to see how this is going to wash. I've never used Karen cotton cakes before, so I want to see how this is through the washer and dryer before I wash the actual garment. But I'll try to get a picture of where it is now, and you'll see what I mean. It's just that shade too long. It's an because there is no shaping in the waist or hip area. It's that weird length that almost makes you look shorter than you really are because of where it's hitting. So I think I'm going to take the bottom 4 rows out. That way it'll end like here. But I like the pattern. It took me, I started this on Thursday while I was waiting for the repair guy to get here. No, I started Friday while I was waiting for the second repair guy to get here. And because they were supposed to be here from between 12 and 3. So I ate lunch, started working on this, worked on it all Friday night, and then had it finished before lunch on Saturday. I mean, it was really, really quick. You use a large hook with the worsted weight yarn, and it really did fly by very quickly. I did opt, one of the reasons why I did the lace panel down there, that is where I ran out of the first cake of yarn. And because the swirl to the body had such a uniform design, I didn't want to mess it up with a touching section. So when I added the lace work at the bottom to break up where these skeins were shifting. So I will hopefully as I'm editing this, pop this on real quick, take some slightly better pictures than what I have. I have an even worse picture than I had of the last tank top I did that I sent my mom just to go, hey, look what I did in the last 24 hours. So that's it. That's what I've worked on, or that's what I've finished. Now I've been working on my fade shawl with the fingering weight yarn. I have been working on my Yarn Yay project for this month. I've been working on some Easter cards. Oh, I've got another prayer shawl I'm working on. I'm using the lemon peel stitch to do a rectangular shawl holding, I think I did this one. This is the one I pulled up. It's a cupcake in robin's egg, lion brand cupcake, which is the same kind of yarn as mandala. It's just branded differently to be sold. This was sold at Joann's and online, whereas mandala was originally only released to Walmart. So they did like 2 different lines, but yeah, it's the same thing as mandala. It's the exact same yarn, just different colors. So I talked to you for 24 minutes already, so I probably should go ahead and get off of here. I should have the unboxing for March's Echo Park subscription box coming. Hopefully I'll get that filmed today. They said it's going to be delivered today, but my Ipsy was supposed to be delivered last week and it's still not here. So, and I don't have a tracking update on it since it was in Raleigh. So yeah, we're still having some problems with mail delivery. I did not check my P.O. box this week. I've not had a chance to get down there, so I will hopefully check that before I film next week. other than that, like I said, all the patterns will be linked in the description box down below. My contact information is in the description box down below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out either in the comment section or through email, or you can shoot me a PM on Instagram. So take care, you guys. I love you, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye, guys.